Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and today I'm going to review a Halo Reach Series 6 Invasion 2-pack. This is from McFarlane. Most of Series 6 hasn't hit stores yet, but if you go to the right Target stores, they will have these in the back room. So look up the DCPI and try to track those down if you can. In this pack you get an Elite, a Spartan, 2 energy cores, which are down there. We'll look at those in a second. And of course the Elite comes with a, a plasma repeater, and the Spartan comes with the grenade launcher. I think this is the first time we've gotten a blue visor on the Spartan, so that's a nice little thing to talk about too. Let's go ahead and break down each figure individually, and that way you'll see what comes in the package. Let's start with the Spartan. There he is. Typical McFarlane detail. The sculpting is fantastic. The paintwork is above average. Of course I have a little red smudge there, but other than that, you know, it's really a good figure. Got the Grenadier helmet, the collar, breacher, chest piece, and whatever shoulder pads these are. Same shoulder pads on both sides. Does have the knife on there, so that's a nice touch. And like I mentioned, he's got the metallic blue visor, so I really like that. It's a nice addition, and it actually looks pretty good even though it's on a red figure. It looks pretty good overall, so I'm happy about that. He does have these weird pouches on his back, which are not in the game to my knowledge. None of the unlocked armory things that I have, which is all of them I believe, I'm not counting the helmet, but all of the utilities and whatever, chest pieces, none of them come with this. The Commando one comes with a pouch on his back, but it doesn't look like that, and there's no little one like this. The Parafoil one comes with a little red thing that goes on the front there, but there's no peg there, and it's not that. So I don't know what that came from, but those do come off if you want them to, and you can use them on other Spartans or something if you want to, I don't know. But they don't really belong there, technically speaking, but whatever. As you can see, I have his weapon peg in the back there just to hold it for now. And like I said, he comes with the grenade launcher. Let's look at that real quick. Of course, he doesn't have a trigger finger. I'll mention this before I get into it. And he does have a trigger guard on there, so holding the gun isn't the best. You can hold it down here, but not where the trigger goes. Trigger finger would go. He holds it well enough still, but it just doesn't look right. Anyway, the grenade launcher is in immaculate detail as usual. Nice shiny gunmetal color, great sculpt work. There is some black detailing for the handle there, for the rail on the side there, and the handle up in the front. So great work on that. Looks awesome. Tons of detail. Really nothing missed on this piece. Really awesome. The chest piece is pretty good. The paintwork, I'd say on above average. It's really nice, and the sculpt work is there too, so really no complaints on it. Really there's no complaints on the paint anywhere other than that one smudge, but that happens sometimes, so what are you going to do? He's got all the standard articulation from any other Spartan from the line, so I'm not going to get into that too much since we have other things to talk about, but he's got the standard knee pads and he's solid red. No arm accessories and no utility. So just the shoulder pads, the chest piece, and the helmet really, and then those odd pouches. So there's the red Grenadier Spartan that comes with the Invasion pack. We might as well look at the human core that is also known from the Invasion game type. Great detail on this thing, tons of different colors of paint, tons of sculpted details. Absolutely phenomenal. It's incredible how much detail they packed into this. Really the only drawback is it's hollow, so it doesn't have any weight to it. And the handles are both in line, so even if you did have the Elite hold it, he has to hold it kind of out in front of himself, kind of awkwardly, rather than to the side, which is kind of how they carry it in the game. It's still doable, but it's just not quite as functional as it is in the game. If you look, there's loads and loads of detail on the unit itself. There's little decals everywhere, lettering, that kind of thing, all kinds of stuff. And the paintwork is just phenomenal. I can't go on enough about how nice it is. The sculpting is great. It's absolutely gorgeous. Really no complaints at all. So there is the human core. Next up is the Elite. This is a new color for this armor. We did get the yellow one before, I think Series 4 maybe? Or was it Series 5? I don't remember. But we had the yellow one, so now we have like a teal or a light blue color. And it's okay, it's metallic, but it's nothing too fancy. Paintwork is solid. The little red lines throughout all the yellow look good. I don't have any real big complaints on the paintwork on this guy. Everything is where it's supposed to be and looks good. So overall it's fine. He does have a peg in his lower back or peg hole in his lower back and his upper back. And he has a peg in his thigh on both sides. So you can put his weapon anywhere you want to. As I said, he comes with the plasma repeater. He holds it fairly well. It's a little bit cockeyed there because of the way the hand is shaped, but he can hold it, so no real complaints. Nice purple metallic. It doesn't have a ton of paint on it, but it does have 2 different shades of gray and a little light blue in there, and the darker kind of a black color. So overall it's pretty nice. Could have a little bit more detail, but not going to complain about it too much. Again, this guy has all the standard articulation. It's the exact same figure as the yellow one, just this color instead. The helmet does come off. It's a little tight though, but the Elite head is in there, and the paintwork is top notch on that as well. So that's good. I guess the only real complaint I have for this guy is when you put the helmet on, it blocks his eyes. It just maybe is mine the way it sits on there, but it blocks his eyes a little bit. So I don't care for that a whole lot. Next up we have the Covenant Fusion Core, Energy Core, whatever you call it. This is actually the thing that the humans would be carrying, the Spartans would be carrying in-game, and there's no handles on it. So I don't know how that's going to work in terms of a display piece, but it is sculpted really, really well. I don't know if it has handles in the game or not, to be honest. I'll have to go in and check that out. But if it is accurate, it's done really well. The details are great inside and out. Paintwork, it's nice and shiny, and it's got the colors right where it needs to have them everywhere. So no complaints on this thing at all, and it's nice and heavy too, other than the lack of handles. So I don't know, I'll have to look into that, but otherwise it's a really great pack. Of course the Elite is as normal. It doesn't stand very well, but it stands well enough if you spend the time to balance it out. So you get those 2 figures plus 2 guns plus the 2 energy cores. And it's the same price tag as a 3-pack, so it's a $30 set, but I think it's definitely worth it with all that you get, so I do highly recommend it, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews and custom figures, and in the meantime, keep collecting.